You're tapped in from YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all these different places. You already know what we're doing. You already know where we're at. It is Friday. Yeah, we back at it. We are back at it again. Let's see here. Yeah, we are back at it. Thank y'all so much for tapping in advance. All I want you to do is request to join the live. We're finna talk about it. It's Presidential Fridays with your boy, Marcus Bowers TV. Look, we get a chance to listen to and hear from everything on CNN and Fox News and CNBC and all this and that there. But today we want to give you the opportunity to have an opinion, discuss. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. All things Donald Trump, all things Kamala Harris, all things the presidential election. What's going on in America right now? What's going on that's good? What's going on that's great? Join the live discussion. There are so many things to talk about on this great Friday. We are less than 60 days away from the presidential election. Election day is on November 5th. Today is September 6th. And we're less than 60 days away. I want y'all to know that they're trying to divide us up now more than ever before. They're trying to divide us up. How do I know that they're trying to divide us up? Because you look at the USA, the American flag, the NFL, just the American dream as being united. That's why, we're the United States of America. But everything that happens here in the U.S. is normally to divide us. So I've been telling all my peers and all my associates, especially my peeps on Clubhouse, that this is now the divided states of America versus the United States of America. And we saw that last night during the NFL kickoff. During the NFL kickoff, the one thing that I saw, the one thing that I remember most was, hey, it was a last minute touchdown that was scored and then taken back because somebody's foot was on the line, right? He was out of bounds. He was out of bounds. They shouldn't have done that. Let me tell you what else was out of bounds. Also, what was out of bounds was listening to the national anthem right after hearing Amazing Grace. So Amazing Grace is the black national anthem. I don't know who voted, but apparently that is the black national anthem, Amazing Grace. And that's what was played or sung yesterday before kickoff, as well as the original national anthem. Now, I don't know how y'all feel, but I want to bring you up. Let's have a discussion. Do you feel as if the national anthem, Amazing Grace, is something that should be the opener to experiences given here in America? Most of the time you go to these different spots, you before the event, you may hear the national anthem and you almost expect it. But do you also expect to hear the national anthem, at least the black national anthem, Amazing Grace? Is that what's on your to-do list now going forward? Because that's what the NFL did just last night. And if you recall, the NFL also was the platform that divided us up back when Donald Trump was in office this last go round. We was kneeling, we was burning Nike flags, and people was, joining arms and protesting because of all of the police shootings that was happening in the U.S. And now, here we go again. We start off the NFL season with the divided states of America. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Join the discussion. Join the live. You also have Kamala Harris. She's on tour on the campaign trail, as well as Donald Trump. They both are out here trying to get your vote. And we want you to join the conversation. Let us know why we should vote for your candidate. Let's talk about it, man. Let me see. Anybody want to join the live? Got any requests? Not thus far. Let me go check in and see where we checking in from, because I see we got a lot of people, a lot of familiar names and faces that is on the live. They're going to come and go throughout the day. But let me know what city and state you're checking in from. Let me know what city and state you're checking in from. We had a live just a little while earlier, and that live was about trust and getting this money and making money. Now we want to talk a little bit about, votes, election. That still has a lot to do with money. I was in a clubhouse room earlier this week, and one of the guys that was in there, he was a diehard Republican, by the way. One of the things that he kept speaking about was how the president's responsibility in the United States isn't to create jobs. That's what he was saying. He was basically saying like the United States president's job is not to create jobs. They got other things to worry about outside of creating jobs for the American people. And I was letting them know how crazy that was, how much I disagree with his statement. Because me, of course, knowing that the president is almost like the active CEO of an organization, an executive, right? He's an executive officer, makes all the executive decisions. Sometimes those decisions have to happen with other people also voting for, but then sometimes it's just what we call an executive decision, which is why some people are alarmed at the fact that Donald Trump is potentially going to have what we call presidential immunity to do exactly whatever he wants to do, whenever he wants to do it. Or maybe Kamala Harris, right? Maybe Kamala Harris will have the executive presidential immunity to do whatever she wants to do, exactly how she wants to do it. But I don't know how I feel about that. Either way, we had a conversation, and the guy was just saying how the president's role and responsibility is not to create jobs. And that was just dumb to me. That was dumb. That was ill-informed. That's definitely not the case. The president's job is definitely to create jobs for the people. The president's job is to do what's necessary to keep the people happy, keep the people satisfied, to keep the people, to prevent the people from being in uproar and protesting in the streets. And if there's no jobs, then of course you're going to have people protesting in the streets. Now, when we had the opportunity to continue making America great again, we sent those jobs overseas. Whether it was a phone call, a call center, or anything along those lines, we sent those jobs overseas. Now, here we are again. You had some factories, some manufacturing laborers. We sent those jobs overseas. I remember I was out there living in Detroit, working. We had a store, She's Happy Hair. Shout out to She's Happy Hair. We had a store right there off Jefferson Street, right across the street from Martin Luther King High School. And one of the things I saw was how when the factory jobs left, the car dealerships, the makers, when they left, a lot of those businesses, they left with the companies. A lot of those retailers, a lot of the fast food restaurants, a lot of the other businesses left when the factories left. When the factories left, the factories took the money with them, and then the business left because the money left, and then the people stayed, and that's all you had left was the people. And they had to try to figure it out, which they did. Shout out to Detroit. Shout out to all the other cities and states that's had factory jobs come and go and still being able to see it through. What we don't want to happen is, hey, we start disregarding the unions across the U.S., right? Because that was one of the big talking points that has been standing out this week when it comes to Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris was at a campaign. She was doing her thing, and a lot of the let me see if I can play it.
For generations in Detroit and across our nation, the brothers and sisters of labor have stood together to righteously demand fair pay, better benefits, and safe working conditions. And let me say, every person in our nation has benefited from that work.
Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to play a part that a lot of the Republicans have been honing in on, and it's the part where she starts saying, you better thank a union worker. You better thank a union worker. And for whatever reason, they found some real joy in making fun of this particular situation.
Everywhere I go, I tell people, look, you may not be a union member. You better thank a union member. For the 5-day work week, you better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. For generations in...
Now let's bring that back. Now, the joke on the Republican side right now is what you just heard. They're going around using that accent, what they call blaccent. I didn't even know that that was a term. I didn't know that the word blaccent existed till now, right? So apparently Kamala was using her blaccent to get her point across. So let's listen to it.
For the 5-day work week, you better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. For generations.
Now, I will admit, you know what I'm saying? I will admit. Now, again, join the live. Let me know if you if you've thanked a union member here lately or not. You know, me, I'm all about thanking veterans. I haven't had the idea to thank a union member, but, you know, potential President Kamala Harris here is saying, we better thank a union member. Or you going out there, you thanking union members? If so, join the live. Let me know why you're thanking a union member. If not, join the live. Let me know why you're not thanking a union member. Why are you saving your thank yous for others? You know, why you feel like the union members may not deserve your thank yous. Talk to me. Now, with that being said, I do know why they were saying you better thank a union member. When you have the opportunity to increase or improve the union workers' work-life balance, then automatically the middle class have to follow. They automatically have to follow. Why do they have to follow? Because as business owners, when you're competing with some of the same labor force, if let's say Amazon or a big box brand that everybody knows, right, that has a union, once they increase their hourly pay or they improve some of the ways that they do things and it becomes the norm in the work life, right, then other companies have to compete. The only way that the other companies are able to compete is simply by increasing their hourly pay or improving their work-life balance, right? Offering the same type of or similar benefits that the other best employees are known for getting and expecting. But when you don't have a union, people can just do what they want to do as executives. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to pay you. They don't have to look out. They don't have to take care of. They kind of do what they want. And for some business owners, they take advantage of the power that they have to just kind of do what they want. Some business owners probably won't do anything given the opportunity. So you have to have unions. You have to have other people to hold some of those owners and business leaders accountable when nobody else can. And sometimes it takes a union. It takes a union. Let me look up the word union here. Union. What it means in the definition. A union is an organization that represents the collective interests of workers in a specific industry, occupation, or company. The primary role of a union is to advocate for its members in areas such as wages, benefits, working conditions, and job security. Unions negotiate with employers through a process called collective bargaining to establish contracts that define these terms. For employees, being part of the union means that they have collective power and representation in negotiations with their employers versus going in trying to figure it out by themselves. They say if you want to do something good, do it by yourself. You want to do something great, do it with a team. So if you want to get some improvements in your work life, then hey, you want to go in there and talk to your boss by yourself. You let your boss know. You let your executive know. You let the CEO know what you expect and what you want and what it's going to take to keep you happy. And then you see how long you last. But if you go in there collectively, you know, professionally with a nice framework and is reasonable, you, and not just you, but everyone else that's with you, will probably get what they want because the CEO, the executive, is going to want to keep all of y'all happy versus worrying about just keeping you happy. So kind of keep that in mind. So unions are important, super duper important. They've always been important. And so when Kamala Harris says, you better thank a union member. Like
in Detroit and a union member, I tell people, look, you may not be a union member. You better thank a union member. For the 5-day work week, You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. For generations in Detroit and across our nation, the brothers and sisters of labor have stood together.
Black cent is what they called it, black cent. They're still trying to see and say that Kamala is not black enough. Is what they're trying to say. She's not black enough. She's faking it. And all I see is a sister that's about to become the president of the United States of America, the first lady to ever do so. So salute to her in advance, and also salute to the Republicans that are running around telling everybody you better thank a union member in a funny, joyful way. Happy Friday, Presidential Fridays. See you next week. Every Friday before, leading up to this election, we will be doing this, and I hope that you guys follow me, Marcus Barbers TV, on exactly everything, every platform. Oh, before I go, follow Black Wall Street if you haven't already. If you just stumbled onto this live and somebody just, kind of forwarded over to you, click that follow button. Make sure you give us a follow because we'll be changing family trees going forward. Anything you're doing right now, you'll be able to do it online too. Tap in Black Wall Street. Peace out. I actually love doing these Friday lives where we just kind of hone in on something specific from the week that stood out. And when I tell you this really did stand out. I just ended the Black Wall Street live, that Presidential Friday. So Black Wall Street, huge company. We are doing whatever we're doing, not just in the oxygen world to impact and change the lives of the people around us and our communities, but we're also doing it online as well. So anything we're doing in the oxygen world, we're doing it online too, and it's been great. We're having a lot of fun doing it. So if you want to do it with us, tap in. Follow Black Wall Street. Follow Marcus Barbers TV. Make sure you DM me when you get there. Marcus Barbers TV. The word data, D-A-T-A. I do these master classes the last Saturday of every month. I think that you should log in to win and attend if you're trying to get in. You know what I'm talking about? So the reason why I'm saying that you don't want to mix the next masterclass is because we'll be talking about Black Friday and all things creating the matrix versus being in the matrix. What do I mean by that? I mean that, hey, this year, instead of you getting excited about Black Friday and then getting excited to spend some money, you get a chance to get excited to make some money, right? Because it's all about creating the matrix, not just being in the matrix. If you receive emails during Black Friday with all the buy one, get ones and the 50% off and discount this, discount that, and you get excited to go log in to give somebody some money, I want you to create some systems. I want you to create your flows, your automations, your emails, your marketing, your texts, your SMS blasts, right? I want you to collect all the data and automatically send similar or like messages out to people that's gonna let them know about your products, your services, or how they can support you. So instead of you just receiving the messages, being told what to do, as if you're in the matrix, I want you to create the matrix and start telling people what to do, which is sometimes give you some money. So again, tap in, Marcus Barbers TV, Instagram, DM the word data, and I hope to see you the last Saturday of this month, if not every month. Peace out.